Remember Me annoys me greatly. This game is an original IP by, let's call them Crapcom, and it is possibly one of the most disappointing games that I've played this year. I'm going to explain to you why. Before you all jump to conclusions, it's not that Remember Me is a bad game, it's a huge squandering of what could have been something fantastic. I don't know where I'm going with that, but anyway, the first problem I had with Remember Me was the fact that when I checked the save file, I've only been playing for 20 minutes, remember, it said 5% completion. That's a bit of an alarm bell. If I've only played for 20 minutes, and let's be honest, let's say 10 of those minutes were just cutscenes and explaining the backstory, which is also delivered very poorly, might I add. I will explain that later in the video. That's 5% of the game done already. Now, to me, that strikes as there were supposed to be additional content, or the game was supposed to be longer, but for whatever reason was cut. Maybe those parts of the games weren't fantastic, but the bits they left have, honestly, all the grace and the panache of a hippopotamus trying to do the ballet. So, fairly quickly into the game, you realise that you have amnesia. The game revolves around the idea of memories, and if you take these memories away, you become nothing as a person. Basically, and rather conveniently, you start off with amnesia, which is a fantastically cliche way of explaining the plot within 5 long minutes of explaining everything to this person who has amnesia, in the hopes that they will suddenly remember everything. What a stupid plot device! This person has amnesia. As soon as you tell them exactly what's happening, they're gonna forget half of it by, the time they've gone round the bleeding corner. Yes, the game looks pretty and all, but that doesn't mean anything when the game is this generic. Oh look, something's happened. If I turn left, I can escape the chamber and run and be free, just like every other game where you start off as a captive. So after that pointlessly long cutscene, you're then thrown into a fighting situation. Guess where the combat's ripped from? It's ripped directly from Arkham City. Now this would be okay if the combat was fun, but all it is all show and no trousers, maybe? As such, the combat is, well, like this really. You attack people, you click and hammer the attack button, and then you dodge when someone's about to attack you. It's the most simplest combat system ever, and it's frankly really boring. After that, you're once again thrown down another contrived path, which is basically the entire idea of the game, unfortunately. Another mechanic that tells that Remember Me was made in quite a bit of a rush and was made to appeal to, let's say, people who bought more popular games, was the fact that the climbing mechanic is basically ripped exactly from the Uncharted series. Again, flattery is fine, imitation is a fine form of flattery, but this was supposed to be a brand new IP. They've been selling it as a brand new IP. They have been explaining that the whole dreams thing, dream remixing thing, is this brand new thing, which you can only do twice in the game. It's just horrid. It really does suck. F***ing hell, Crapcom. And this is probably the worst part of Remember Me, how it looks. The game looks utterly fantastic and gorgeous. Look at that backdrop. This is a Neo-Paris style theme that has been stylized to show the gritty and the new and modern, and it is supposed to just be fantastic. Look at those ledges that you're supposed to climb, the buildings that you can probably scale with the skills that you have borrowed from Uncharted. I'm about to point out now the route that you can actually go down. Look at that vastness, look at the endless possibilities of gameplay over there, and this is where you end up going. I am so done with this game. I really am. Capcom, what are you doing? Of course, by this point, I was actually too sick to carry on. I was physically sick by how problematic this game is and how stupidly generic its ideas are. As a result, I stopped playing, and I suggest that you don't even begin to play this game. It's hugely disappointing, and ironically enough, by the time I'd stopped playing, I had forgotten the story. My name's Chaff32X, I'll see you next time. Also, you, Crapcom.